Hey guys, Rob West with Rob West TV here, and I want to thank you for taking time to watch this video. Now, if you come to this video because you saw my Instagram video talking about storytelling and what I want to talk about on that, then thanks for watching on Instagram. I appreciate the follows. I've had a surge in followers recently, and I think the main reason is because I've been using the video feature with Instagram, maybe a picture every now and then, but mostly video. So video is very powerful, and just the fact that you're watching this video now testifies to that and upholds that statement. So video is powerful. It's not going anywhere but up, and even more involved in applications, especially mobile, because you may chances are you may be watching this video on your phone or on your tablet, which is considered mobile. So it's a good deal. But let me get to the point on what I wanted to talk about. Excuse me. And I'm out here in the garage. I love coming out in the garage. I can do this in the backyard. I should today on the porch, the back porch deck, and it's beautiful. It's in the 70s. So guys, I hope it's okay. But the point is, here's another point about that. When you're making your videos or whatever, you can do this anywhere you want. You don't have to be tied down to a specific location. You can do it in your car, your video, or you do your video in your car, wherever. But I digress. Here's what I really want to get to about storytelling. Now, the important thing and what makes storytelling so powerful is people can get, they use their imaginations when you tell about the story. And like I told a little story on Instagram to encourage you to come watch the full story about this and the kind of, to entice you to come here and watch this. That's what I was wanting to do. And it's not a trick. It's just a 1 minute video on Instagram is meant to entice your followers or your potential clients or people. It's to entice them to go and seek out your other material and subscribe. And if you've not subscribed to my channel, I want to encourage you to do that to YouTube, or go to my blog, and in my blog subscribe there and opt in and get the emails and information. That way you're always connected to me, because I believe I got some really cool stuff to help you with. And so storytelling, the important thing and the secret ingredient that I wanted to tell you about storytelling, the one thing that kind of got you here, is a true thing. It wasn't a trick. When you are telling your stories, whether you're telling stories of other people's lives, and when I say stories, true stories, of course, not stories as in lies. That's what they say. That's what I always heard growing up. Are you telling me a story? That was always a word to describe a lie, but not a lie, but to always telling the truth about people's lives and what they've accomplished. So when you're talking to people about that, or telling others stories, or your own story, the important thing that I want you to put in your head, and this may sound a little hooey-fooey, and if you haven't followed me very long, then that this may seem something new to you, but it works and it's true. When you are telling your stories and when you're putting your information out there, here's something very, very important. And it's such a tiny thing that you almost overlook it, but it's an important thought for you to actually think when you're telling your stories, before you're telling your stories, after you're telling your stories, throughout the whole storytelling process, and just make it a part of your mental attitude and belief system. Okay, now here is my disclaimer, and the disclaimer is absolutely true. What I'm about to tell you, if you don't believe in it, it won't work. If you do believe in it, it will work. So you have to ask yourself a question. Do I want the results that I'm looking for in my storytelling? Do I want the pop? Do I want the power? Do I want that allure or that drawing power that my stories have to tell? And I promise you, you test this and you test it several times, more than once. Just give it a try, embrace this belief, and you'll get the results that I'm talking about. You'll see it. You'll see it if you look for it. And here it is. You ready for the secret? Ready for the pop? When you are telling your stories, I want you to embrace this belief about your stories in general. Just embrace this belief that your stories have power. That's it. That your stories have pulling power, that your stories have attraction power, that your stories get people's attention, that your stories touch people's lives, that your stories are true, first of all, and that you're telling them something, that you're giving value. Okay? Never have any doubt in your head about your story. Never say, oh, well, will this work or will this not work? I just don't think I'm doing a good enough job. Just relax. Don't doubt about it. Don't think that your stories are not powerful. Don't think that what you have to say is not impactful. Believe in your heart, in your mind, that the stories that you're telling people are touching them and are valuable to them. And it'll work. And you'll know it'll work because they'll come back to you later and they'll tell you, they'll go, you know, that was a great video. That was a great story. That was something that really touched me. They'll come to you and they'll tell you. You just watch and see. But it's important that you really think and feel and believe that your stories matter. Your stories have the potential to change lives, no matter how small it is. Even if you're telling somebody else's story, believe that you telling that, you yourself telling that story and giving that value to people, they'll get benefit from that, and that'll help them. Okay? And like I said, here's my disclaimer, and it's true. It's absolutely true. If you don't believe in it, if you don't believe your stories have power to impact people, then they won't. No matter how much you try. They just simply won't. I can't explain it. But if you believe your stories do have power and they impact people and they draw people and they'll come to you and they'll respond to you, if you believe that, then they will. It's just simple as that. So test it out. See what you think. But when you test it, believe it. Believe it. You and your stories are important. The stories that you tell, there's something about you that others are looking at. There's a reason why they're watching your videos. There's a reason why that they are seeking out your information, because you believe it'll help them. Even if it's the smallest belief, it can grow into a greater belief for you. But even if it's the smallest little faith in your storytelling, then that smallest little thing has enough faith and power to attract them. So, you know what? I just really hope this blessed you. I really hope this helped you, because some of the smallest things in business, in successful people accomplishing their goals in what they do, these little beliefs and these philosophies are tremendously powerful. They have power to impact. The ones who you see achieving and accomplishing in their goals in their business and their life, and they're getting what they want, it's not by accident. Some people discover it just by accident and just fall into it, and they don't really know how to share it. Some of them don't want to share it, and some of them do consciously know what they're doing, and they know the power behind it. So belief in your stories is something so incredible. So adopt that belief, okay, and then put more of that into it and just go forward with it and give all you got. So I want to thank you for coming here and watching this video, and I appreciate you. And you spend a little time, and I get a little redundant sometimes, but I hope that it's really helped you. I hope that you see it. I hope that it inspires you, and I hope most of all that you try it for yourself. And it'll help too. Here's a tip: if you have a hard time believing it, because sometimes when we tell ourselves something and it seems like a lie, like, oh, I tell great stories, you're like, oh, well, that seems kind of weird because it doesn't seem, because I don't believe it, it's going to seem like a lie or false. But the more you tell yourself that, the more you say, I tell great stories, I'm a great storyteller, my stories have impact and draw people, the more you tell yourself that story, something you'll feel and experience this shift, because you'll believe it. And you'll have a different feeling about it when you say it, because when you say it and you believe it, it feels different. Think about what you say, what you feel when you say something that you believe. You can feel the difference versus what you say when you say something you don't believe. It feels false or like a lie. But if you tell yourself something about yourself that I'm telling you is true, that your stories are impactful and they have power and they help people and they draw people in, then over time you'll be able to feel the difference. So tell yourself that story, that truth, that your stories are powerful. You'll feel the difference over time. Work towards the feeling. Take action. I hope this helped you. Give a thumbs up, give a like, give a comment, share it with your friends if you got anything out of this. And I love you. I appreciate you for watching. And you guys have a blessed day. And just be blessed. Tell a great story. Your story matters. Bye-bye.